it's a niche.
Off the recess, we're back in session again on the Griggs County meeting again here, so.
No, that's not.
Okay, guys, we're back in meeting, so.
But I mean, it's some people are
Okay.
just either good.
Okay, you're back, Rod?
It's so worth it. We're back.
Back, Rod? Still there?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm
okay,
here.
we're back in session. Okay, so what do you guys, what do you look at the picture that Steph sent you?
Yeah, I was just looking at it here a little bit.
Okay,
Hang on a second.
so it shows that we have with the purchases that we already agreed upon, we have 166,000 of the ARPA funds left. And you guys would like to throw that $20,000 blade in there, even though I think he can take it out of his own budget. You could probably put that in there. My suggestion.
I want that and the road guys deserve it. I mean, seriously. I mean, we gotta help out who we can here.
Well, this is a wish list anyhow, isn't it?
Well, some of
well-
The first line is the wish list. The second line is what we've allocated to
Yeah,
that
I
so
know,
far.
I know.
it, right, so the road, the blade, let him order it today. We can that's not a full motion yet, but let's just play with it as if he ordered it today. That's down to 146,000. My question is, how much do we think of the security system? Oh yes, and the pickup needs to be. Yeah, that brings us down to 48,000. And the rest of it, I mean, I want to leave all of it in there, but these are the ones that are agreed upon. Except the $20,000 blade has not been motioned.
So originally, the door access and the camera systems.
We
was
haven't
two
made an
separate
official
items.
motion and agreement on the pickup. I'm not saying that we're not gonna do that. I'm just.
Oh, yes, that one too. Yes,
Yeah, the
sorry.
sheriff vehicle and the road have not actually had a motion on yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, back to Kelly, I'm sorry.
No, I just was saying originally the door access and the camera systems were two separate things. We only put them together today for grant purposes. So if you wanted to pick a priority over one of those,
Oh,
just saying. Amber,
Well,
would
you
you
also
have
allocated in your
a
budget.
preference on that?
On which ones?
Like, originally the door access and the camera system, those were two separate items. We've now combined them into one
Oh,
for
for-
grant purposes. You know, if you were to choose
oh.
your priority over those.
Well, I would say break them down into two, and then that way,
Yeah, the only reason we
If-
did today was to get a grand total that I could apply for.
Right.
the court
That's what you
procedures.
need.
right.
Yeah.
So they break it down in there. So let's say, for instance, she got a grant to cover it. We have enough ARPA funds to cover just the cameras or just the security, the access system. We could do one and not the other, kind of thing.
Because I would lean on Amber's opinion on that, more than mine, but the experiences that we have had, especially this year, having a camera system, having cameras, it does benefit everyone that steps into this building. It protects you. It protects you. If somebody slips and falls outside,
Yeah, we did have a pretty scary security alert
Which is-
this year. So
which is why we
cameras
put
would
this
be
out
helpful.
there, yes,
Okay.
on our priority.
We could sit in your, lock the doors and watch outside cameras to see if somebody's outside the front door trying to get in, or, you know.
This
So
year
if
was
we
definitely
move
different.
that
So-
over,
Yeah.
we'd have about 10,000 left.
Yeah, we can't spend that until, it's for doing grants, we can't,
But, oh, I see what
so
you're
for the
saying.
grant, we can't spend anything before.
But you can agree, you can say, right? Isn't your whole point is?
Yeah, to
Well,
prioritize what we need.
you need from us, you need to go ahead with this so you can apply for the grant, correct?
So I have to, EVs have it postmarked by the 31st of December. If you say, yes, let's go ahead, let's apply for all of it, and, you can base on what you want to do with that project on whether I'm awarded the amount or not, or whichever the dollar amount that they choose to award us.
Award us back.
If I'm denied for everything, well, then you have to make a decision whether you want to go through with projects at all. If we are awarded the money and they decide not to go through with it, we would just then have to send them a formal letter saying that we will not be taking that money. So, you're not tied to anything.
Okay.
I think it's happened before, so, I mean, I know I've turned grant money over before.
Yeah.
Something didn't go through, so, but I just wanted to mention you could always separate those two. I mean,
So
like I
depending
was saying, I
how
think security and, I mean, it's tough, you guys are in a tough position, because roads are important, law enforcement's important, the security of your employees and any taxpayer that comes into this building is important. Everything is technology. I mean, same thing with steel. I went to Stutzman and they're all fobs. You can't get into any area.
I wonder if we, I'd say that's, I mean, you guys can disagree, but I'd say we move the camera system over and put it on there, and we put that cell phone repeater on there.
So you don't have to like spend the money.
No,
but
but
we're
I'm
just
just-
like obligating the
Yeah,
money.
I'm just seeing where we're at if we move those over.
If these are the priority one,
Yeah.
These are probably 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Yeah.
when you're sitting down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that you can always still separate those two projects.
Spelled equipment wrong. But I think,
Well, thank you, Ben.
Good thing I didn't spell it, because I would have did it worse than that.
maybe a better way to look at it is, like, from a priority standpoint, what are you wanting to spend the money on right now?
Yeah.
To me, it's
Well,
the
it's-
main necessity stuff that they need, the departments need.
Well,
Like
the sheriff's pickup, of course, that's
the
number one.
pickup, you know, the new mic system and all that
Yeah.
that we already chose.
Because when you do the reporting, you can report that we're going to obligate all of the funds, to those specific projects, and then this project list is an internal project list,
Yeah.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So,
Yeah.
so what
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So then, what I think you guys should, again, my recommendation, what I think you guys should do right now is say, we want to absolutely get these projects done ASAP, right? So we want to spend this right now to get these projects done ASAP, and then look at what you have left.
Okay.
Because then you can obligate the rest of it to security or to the road or to any other thing, right? Like that's what, I don't know, Jamie, what do you think?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I like the,
That's a good answer.
that's, yeah.
He's a lot of help.
I like the priority of, for sure we need the pickup in there. Everything, the first 4 lines that we have over, or 5 lines, those, or 4 lines we have over, are already motioned and in play.
there.
They're all done. Those are completed. And then, so now we're down to the pickup. That I think is a priority. We should probably make a motion to, I'll make the motion. I'll make a motion to allocate the 98,000 ARPA funds to purchase the sheriff's department pickup.
Motion on the floor from Steph. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay. Who went first?
Whoever.
Matter?
Doesn't matter. Well, Rod will Zorn seconded. So this will be a voice vote right in this again, right, guys?
Well, is there just any other?
Any discussion, guys? Any discussion?
No, I think-
Go ahead, Rod.
No, I think it's good.
Okay, any discussion? After 3 times, guys. Any discussion? We'll vote on this then. Avriel,
Aye.
Ellison,
Yeah,
Zorn,
Aye.
Edlin,
Aye.
Trammy votes aye. Motion carried. Okay. Next item.
So we for sure then, with those 5 lines, we have, let's pick off the priorities of the rest of the bottom ones.
Yeah, so these have not been voted on, so we're
I-
at 68,000.
Go ahead, Rod.
But I would like to get the blade ordered. I think that we need that. I think it's, if we get it, I just think that, it's just I think it's a very important piece.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we get a blade, and we take the money and we get a blade ordered so that Wayne can get it. They can use it yet this year.
Okay. Motion for Zorn for the blade,
I'll second it.
and a second by Avriel. Any discussion?
what do you need it for?
The truck.
Wayne, you want to explain that quick? It's for, yeah, it's on a truck. It's a reversible blade.
Truck.
There, Warren. That's okay. So, any discussion?
Who seconded it?
I did.
Okay,
Avriel.
thank you.
Any discussion? One more time. Any discussion? Okay, another voice vote in this. Avriel,
Aye.
Ellison,
Aye.
Zorn,
Aye.
Edlin,
Aye.
and Tramby votes aye. Okay, motion carried. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
Get on the phone right away.
of that 48,000, I would like Kelly, I personally believe that Kelly should apply for that grant for that. Whatever is not covered, we could go between the ARPA funds and the LATCF funds to cover that difference. And hopefully we can get that other fund that's out there.
The grant in April from DES. for
Yeah.
the
Homes,
facility.
or the Homeland Security.
Oh,
Okay,
that's a security
so
grant.
another question on that then. What if we applied for the full amount for both of them?
We intend to, I guess.
Okay,
if it
and then
is
we can go
available.
from, okay, go.
So potentially,
Okay.
maybe, if it's great, if we can get the whole thing paid for between the facilities grant, and then you would have that 182 for reallocating to these other projects on your guys' list.
Okay, so do we have to make a motion to at least apply for that or no?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think,
I think you should
Well,
have a
you're
motion that
obligating
you are
funds.
applying for those,
So I think
for
it's-
applying for that grant.
Okay, so move. I make a motion that we'll be, that,
You allow us to.
yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, motion by Edlin. Do we have a second? Second by Avriel. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Do we have a voice vote? Not supposed to, I suppose. Avriel,
Aye.
Ellison,
Aye.
Zorn,
Nay.
Edlin,
Aye.
and Charmy votes aye. Motion carried.
And then you'll just let us know and then we can make our decisions from there.
yeah, Kelly will
Yeah,
find out
I'll
about the
find out
facilities
like
grant.
at the end of January, beginning of February. And those funds, I just do quarterly reporting on that, so
Okay.
I think they just want it spent within that year.
Yeah.
So I just send quarterly reports and
Yeah.
how the projects are going.
Homeland Security grant
I mean,
in April.
I'm not saying that we're gonna spend all this amount, I'm just saying that we can at least apply for the grant, see what it's gonna cost us, and we can make our decision from there.
I like where this list is right now.
I got one other question. As long as there's like $160,000 left over, if we doubled the COVID funds, shouldn't we see if we got some project that somebody likes?
What do you mean?
What kind of project?
I'm just new.
Oh, we could, if we're looking at, let's say for instance, we get the whole security system covered with grants, and we have additional funds. We could we have the 60,000 in the equipment. We could possibly, unless you guys can think that, we could possibly increase that to 100,000, or put a big number in there just in case that fully gets covered. Or if there's something else that you guys can think of that we could put in there, just in case. I'm looking at just in case reasons that the security system gets fully funded, or
Yeah, so you don't have to return that money because you
Right.
didn't actually put anything on this list.
right, because I don't know if we've allocated enough. Do we have enough allocated up there, do you think, to cover in case?
Is that we do for the ARPA, but what about the other one?
That one you don't have to allocate.
No, don't have to. No.
The 100,000 can just sit there for whatever.
Forever.
Okay, then I think, yeah, we have enough, cause technically we were over the original amount.
Okay, I'm good with this.
We good with the list here, guys? We need to move this along a little
Ben?
bit.
Does this look?
This is your guys' list.
Okay,
So
go ahead, Rod.
do we have then like the equipment for the county if we get enough? Anyway, that's on the list then. So if we get if we get a grant or whatever, we can. I would really like to see the one trailer that's Wayne. How old is that one trailer? Is it a 1955 model?
I can't remember what it is. I don't think
It's somewhere in that area. I mean that thing is so wore out. I would really like to see something replaced there.
It's already on the list.
It's on
Could
the
we-
list.
It's on the allocated list, so
Yeah.
if we have money left over, we can apply to that.
And we do really have 1.4 million in that general roads fund. If you take 60,000 out of that to buy equipment, I don't think that's going to hurt anything. Just throwing that out
But
there.
if anything too, maybe Wayne can get us some prices. And then we
Okay.
can get a better idea, and maybe if we can reallocate those funds make it all work.
Yeah, sounds good.
We did do a meeting with all department heads to ask, to bring forth any. So what was on the list was the only things that the department heads brought to us. So we
Okay.
didn't cut anything out.
The only thing that did get taken out by me, after having a conversation with Ben, is that we had talked about doing a bonus for all employees. Unfortunately, these ARPA funds are not able to be used for that purpose, but the LATCP funds
The other one can
would
be.
be.
The other one could be.
So
Okay.
that's, could be a discussion for that point, but that was the only thing that I took off, just because it doesn't meet those
The only question I have
requirements.
about that being that they're county employees and city employees, can we legally do that? Give them bonuses?
You can give out bonuses with with what we have labeled as ARPA. You could use that for the bonuses for the employees, and that would be just a one-time thing, and it wouldn't
Okay.
go to the next. But that,
I'm not saying that we aren't, I just wanna make sure that we can legally do that. and
Yep,
that
yep.
we're
So
essentially a
So the ARPA
government
funds,
entity.
the ARPA funds that we're talking about can only be used for health. It was health.
Yeah, there's like 4 different categories, but the way that you guys took the ARPA funds was based off of what Jamie was saying earlier, the revenue replacement side of things. So in essence, it is allowable for almost anything. It's just when you start getting into bonuses, you can't claim bonuses underneath revenue replacement in the reporting. You have to claim it under one of those 4. That's a specific thing in there. So, and you're only able, out of ARPA specifically, you're only able to give bonuses for like public health and public
Yeah.
safety.
Yep.
Are the 2. Otherwise, it's recruitment and retention is kind of how they voice it instead of bonuses.
I just wanna make sure, cause again, we're technically a government entity, they're fussy about that, they have separate rules and regulations. I just wanna make sure that if we ever do decide something like that, we don't get ourselves into a hot seat.
Okay.
I guess I'm in my opinion, as government employees or county employees, I don't think that taxpayers should have to pay us pension bonuses. Especially right now, income's down for everybody, and that's not something that I think we should be doing.
In Trail and Steel, that was a very hot topic item,
Not-
hotly contended.
And that's what I'm worried about, like, oh, you have extra money, you gave all these bonuses out, I wanted my money to go somewhere else, stuff like that. Even if you tell them it's grant money, people still get upset over stuff like that. So,
Say, guys, I had sent an email out to Shane at Wallworks, and he just got back to me on some used prices of belly dumps. They got I'm not saying that we'd buy these, but just for ideas. But here's a 2014 Midland, and then got a 2011 Midland, and one's 40,000 and the other one's 42,000.
Okay.
so we could probably put, well, we got 60 on that, could we bump that down to 50?
I wouldn't bump it.
Don't bump it down, leave it
Okay.
leave it at that. Okay. Well, thanks, Rod.
Yeah, these numbers are
Yep.
internal for you
Okay.
guys to.
Okay.
When you're doing the agreements and stuff, and I'll work with Jamie on that if you guys want, but when you're doing the agreements, I would generalize it enough, and Jamie's got the legal language to
Okay.
generalize it, but for instance, like road equipment, when you're obligating for the blade, I would leave it as road equipment, so that way when you come back, you can come back and say, look, road equipment, it's the same thing.
Road equipment for 80,000 instead of the 2060.
I'll group them up together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Perfect.
Anything else, guys? We need to move this along. That's
Sounds good.
last thing on the agenda is Vanguard contract. So I need to sign it here in front
I'll
of you
make
guys.
a motion to
Yep.
approve the Vanguard contract.
Motion by Edlin to approve the Vanguard contract. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Avriel. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? If not, we'll voice vote in this again, right? You have to, right? Steph?
I would.
Yeah. Avriel.
Aye.
I
Ellison.
guess.
Okay. Zorn.
Nay.
Edlin.
Aye.
And I vote yes. Motion carried. That should do it. The last thing I need is a motion to adjourn.
And then we do have another meeting
I
after
know.
this. Just so that Rod knows.
Painfield there.
No, just so that Rod doesn't hang up.
Yeah, we have another meeting right after this, so. Any motion to adjourn for this one?
So move.
Edlin, motion to adjourn. Do you have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Zorn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Thank you. We adjourned at
11:35.
11:35 on December 16th, 2024. Okay.